You've played on the same pitch as him, Jack, is that right?
Mm.
What's it like to play on the same pitch as Messi? Are you in awe of him? Is it a little bit weird?
I was in the tunnel walking out.
What's it like? Tell me what it's like when you're in the tunnel with him and he's on the pitch. And
in the tunnel, I was looking at him and thinking, "Oh my God, it's Messi."
Because you're quite small. Is he taller than you?
No, I'm taller than him.
No, you're not.
Yes, I am. I'm average man's height.
You're an average man. Is that what you're saying? You're not,
No.
Jack. You're tiny.
No, I'm not.
What
I'm
are you,
average.
5'2"?
5'9".
So you're tall. You're
what?
You're
5'9".
so not 5'9".
I am 5'9".
You're not 5'9", Jack. Don't make us go and get a tape measure. All right? How tall are you? 5'7"?
5'9".
You're not.
I am.
What about without the heels on?
I'm deceivingly tall.
Yeah, go on. So tell me what it's like when you come out of your changing room. This was at Barcelona?
No,
This
was
was
the
at the
Emirates,
Emirates.
first one. Yeah.
Okay. So you come out of the dressing room and you see him there. Do you feel that other players are looking at him? I mean, because we are talking about possibly the greatest player of all time,
I
right?
was in front. I was behind Cesc, and
Right.
Cesc and him are like best mates. So them two like embrace each other, and I'm just there thinking, "Wow,
How old were you?
19."
Oh, okay.
That's
so you're just a little
not
baby as
the
well.
game, though, is it?
Well, the one where I got man of the match.
Yeah.
Do you mean? Yeah, there was that one. Yeah.
Was it that same game?
Yeah.
Was it?
Ooh, okay, Jack.
So what's it like?
He looked at me like that after the game.
But what's that like? Your boss in the middle of the park when the greatest of all time is trying to do the same. What's that like?
Well, he wasn't trying to do the same. Xavi and
All right,
Iniesta
okay,
were
but
trying to do
still,
the same.
it's just in front of them.
Are they the hardest two you've played against, them two?
When out of possession, yeah, like trying to work out how to press, when to press, you couldn't.
What do you mean? Go into more detail. I don't get that. What do you mean?
So obviously you set up with a game plan of, right, we're going to press when they get into this moment, or a bad pass. Well, they didn't do a bad pass, and they made these like little passes between each other in midfield. I've never seen it. Like normally a midfielder is quite standard passes.
Yeah.
I mean, you play through the lines into the front man, or you play out wide. But they were just like playing little passes, drawing you out, and then bang, they go. And Messi would get on it and just like create a chance. And for the first 20 minutes, they could have been 3-0 up. Messi was on fire. And then it just turned. The crowd turned. And yeah, we won.
What would you say when you're on the field with him is the most standout attribute that he's got? Is it his pace? Is it his ball control?
No,
is
it's
it his
strength.
positioning?
His strength and control. Like he'll show you the ball. He'll like run at you, show you the ball, and then just nip it away. But put his body in a position where you can't get it off him unless you foul him. But he'll ride the foul as well.
Yeah,
Do you know
ride
what I
the
mean?
tackle.
Yeah, he'll ride it and he'll just get away from it.
And is that natural talent? Is that something he's
I think that's
taught
natural
himself?
talent.
Do
I've
you?
had this conversation with a lot of people. I don't know what you think. Like, is that a natural? Are you born with that talent, or has he worked on it? Yes, he's worked on it and developed it, but I think he's born with that.
Also, I think he's in the right environment in terms of that Barcelona, that obviously the youth
Yeah.
development. Because I remember playing against Iniesta and Xavi for England against Spain, exact same thing. But they had Busquets as well. So when you throw him in the mix, then you have David Silva coming off on one side, Cesc Fabregas coming off another. You can't get the ball. It's impossible to get the ball because they're comfortable. All of them are comfortable in possession, and you've got Ramos and Piqué behind them that can play as well.
Is he head and shoulders above anyone you've ever played against?
Yeah.
No one's even come close.
No.
Okay, and you've got a Messi shirt, right? That wasn't from that game? Or it was?
No, it was.
It was from the Arsenal one, from the Emirates one.
Yeah.
Do you know
Oh,
what? Like, listen, he's incredible. But even before, you know, Ronaldo, before he went to Real Madrid, his last season at Man United,
yeah.
he was an animal.
Where
Like
was
I
you
said,
then? Spurs?
Spurs, but he was. It was almost like you knew what was coming. It was almost like he could lift the whole environment. Do you know what I mean? By one run, determination, the pace, the
Yeah, but
touch.
I think that's different with Ronaldo. Like Ronaldo, yes, he had a talent, but I think it's more hard work. Whereas Messi's more naturally
Natural,
gifted.
yeah, I'd agree with that.
I imagine that Ronaldo coming towards you is more frightening than Messi.
No way, Messi.
Oh, really?
Messi with the ball at his feet? No thanks. I don't want any part of that. I don't want any part of that. Did any of them say anything to you like well played or?
Nah, they were fuming. I had a little bit of beef with Busquets.
Well, why?
Just because I thought, you know what, Busquets was like, great player, one of the best. But if you touched him, he'd go down. And he did it about 5 times to me. And in the end, I just snapped.
And what happened?
Well, I can't repeat what I said
Okay.
on national radio.
And when you said this to him on the pitch, then what happened? What was his reaction?
There's a picture of him like in my face.
Right.
He wasn't happy. He was probably thinking, who is this little kid telling me?
You know, we think that when you turn up on a Thursday. After the match, Pep Guardiola said this about you. Wilshire's a top player. He's an excellent player, not just Arsenal, but also for the national team. But he's lucky because we have many players in the second team like him, but he plays because there is no pressure at his club to win titles. You've seen that before, that quote. Is that just sour grapes?
Well, I think it's mind games, wasn't it? Because we obviously had the second leg coming up.
What happened in the second leg? I can't remember.
Van Persie got robbed. Van Persie got sent off.
Yeah,
do you remember?
Because he kicked the ball after the whistle went.
It was like 0.8 seconds after the whistle went.
And he couldn't hear anything in the new camp.
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah, and he got sent off. I remember after that game, I've never seen Arsene like that. Fuming.
Was he?
He got banned after that, actually.
Well, just going back to Pep's comments, when you heard that, when did you hear? That's obviously not the first time you heard it. When did you hear that for the first time? Was it after the game?
Yeah, after the game I heard it. But
what did you make
I
of his
couldn't remember
comments?
all he said. I only remember him saying Wilshire's a top player, but we've got many of them in the second team. That's what I remember. I didn't realise he said...
How did that make you feel?
I think I laughed, actually, and probably agreed. They had Thiago, didn't they, coming through?
Oh, goodness.
Yeah.
Did you play in the game England-Spain? We won 1-0 at Wembley. Did you play?
What year was that?
I can't remember what year it was.
No.
But the only reason I said it is because obviously that midfield there was the exact same midfield.
Yeah.
Iniesta, Xavi, Busquets, and then David Silva coming off one side, David Villa. And I could remember obviously the way that they played and looking at crossing the tunnel thinking, oh my goodness.
You know what? I look at our team there, and yeah, that was probably our strongest team. Maybe Giroud was playing because there was an injury to Vermaelen. But I remember now looking at it, Bakary Sagna was suspended. Now, Eboué was a great player, but Back was probably a little bit better defensively.
Yeah.
And against them, you would have thought we'd have gone a little bit more defensive, but he was suspended. But he was unbelievable that night, Eboué.
Right, I want to talk about injuries. I think this is the biggest blighter of anybody's, obviously, football career, but yours in particular, because this is what held you back from being one of England's probably most capped players, in all honesty, wouldn't it have been? Because you got into the team early.
I think
doors.
I'd have got 100 caps.
Easy 100 caps. You'd have got one of those lovely gold ones is what you would have done.
Yeah.
Talk to me about, because I think a lot of people, right, when they support a football club and they see a player getting injured, they think, oh my God, he's injured again. And I don't think they think about the person behind the injury. Yeah. And having had a lot of injuries myself, it is one of the biggest head in the world, isn't it?
Kills you, doesn't it?
It absolutely kills you. You can't do what you want to do, and you're dying to do what you want to do. And not even is it just that injury there and then. Going forward, you just yourself, don't you?
Yeah, I think as well. Eventually, that's why I finished at 30, and it weren't because I could have carried on.
Yeah.
Because I didn't stop because of injury, but like just going through it so many times.
The rehab,
and going in the physio room while everyone else is going out. And listen, I would have carried on, but I just thought in the back of my head, like, imagine. So I went to Denmark for 6 months.
Yeah.
But imagine if I then carried on and I went, I don't know, to Turkey or Cyprus or somewhere. I chased it around Europe a bit. Then you get injured.
Yeah.
And you're away from your family.
Stuck in a foreign country.
I just thought, it's not worth it. And to be honest with you, like, when people ask me now about my injuries and say, oh, like, how are you about them? Like, the honest answer is I don't know, and I don't know when that will ever hit me. Like when you say, I could have got 100 caps, or it stopped me being the player I could have been. Like, to be honest with you, I don't ever think like that because I don't think I can, because then I think it would affect me. Do you know what I mean?
What was one of the worst injuries you had?
My first injury was my worst, and I paid the price a lot for that. It was my right ankle. It was like the talus, which is like basically you've got your fib, and then it's like a little bone here that sits on top of your fib and your ankle joint, and I fractured that. Yeah. And I went to see the specialist surgeon, and he was like, well, I've never seen that. We've seen it in one person. It was a snowboarder. Wow. Because you imagine their ankles are locked in, they can bend it like that. So they got in another guy, specialist, to do surgery. And I didn't know this till a few years later. So I then went back, it must have been about 6 years, I was 19, 6 years later, I was 25, I went back to see the surgeon, and he was like, oh, you're still playing?
Nah.
Yeah. And I was like,
it's normally a career ender.
He was like,
done.
He showed me the notes from the surgery, and it was like, yeah, might not play again, might not be able to walk. Yeah.
And you didn't know that?
Didn't know that.
That's maybe a good thing to not know, to be honest.
Yeah. I think it was a good thing.
What was it, a pin? Do you have to have a pin put
So
through
I put 2 pins in it, yeah. But then, like, I paid the price. It never moved
Really,
the same.
yeah.
So then obviously it affects your knees.
Everything
affects your hip,
suffers
your
from
back.
there on out.
Yeah.
Did you do? I did a navicular injury in my foot once.
Yeah, I
I
broke
think
my
you've done
navicular.
the same as well.
You might have been playing that game.
Yeah,
really.
maybe. Yeah, I remember when I did mine, and I remember the physio saying, "Oh, it's what Jack Wilshire did, like I don't know, a few weeks or a few months ago or something like that."
Do you have surgery on it?
I had surgery on it to have a pin for it. So the navicular bone it's like one of the weight bearing bones in your feet, in your foot, sorry, top of your foot, but it's also got a really bad blood supply, like awful blood supply. So the chances of it actually rehabbing and healing are actually fairly slim. You've got to be super careful with it. So I remember just even mine having a pin through it, but I couldn't put any weight through that foot for 2 months.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't even rest it on a table. So it's all plastic casted up and stuff. I couldn't even put it on a table, rest it, because it would be too much pressure going through it. But this is the sort of stuff that people just won't
don't see, yeah.
They
No,
don't see you struggling in your daily life with these injuries, and they frigging hurt as
What
well.
happens
don't
with
they?
your mentality? So when you're sat there, because obviously you've got players every day striving to get better in the gym, on the training ground and stuff, and you're out for 6 months, 8 months, 2 months, does it get into your head and do you go, I'm going backwards here and they're going forwards? Do you get paranoid? Or do you just focus on
I think
rehab?
everything goes through your head.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I remember like the game is just getting faster and faster all the time.
Yeah.
And I just remember I was out once for 19 months.
What was it? What was that?
Ankle, yeah. So then I started to come back from that ankle, got another stress fracture somewhere else because I went too quick. Then my knee, and I was out for 19 months. I remember just thinking, am I ever going to get back to that level? How long will it take?
Yeah.
And you're sort of early-ish, mid-20s here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean, and right at the start.
Normally you, like at that age, stuff heals.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? You're almost invincible at that age, aren't you?
Yeah, and like throughout my whole academy journey, I was never injured. I was one of them who'd go straight out and smash balls, even when I was in the youth team. And then it was just like, bang.
Just
injured.
that's it, done. Ah, it's horrible, mate. I feel for you because, like I said, I've had 3 cruciate ligaments myself.
3 cruciate
Three cruciates,
Same
mate.
knees?
2 in that, 1 in that, and it's just the most miserable time, mate. It's just a miserable time it is. Like you say, you're on a different schedule to everybody else. You might be in the summer when they're all on holiday and stuff, and you just don't feel you don't feel part of the team either, do you? You don't feel part of the team. No. That's the bit that kills you the most.
And when because obviously you went out to Denmark, and when you finished, was it an easy decision for you, or did you kind of?
Do you know what? It's easier than I ever thought it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe that was because Per offered me the role at Arsenal, the 18s head coach, and that was available. And I don't know, but it didn't feel like a hard decision for me. And that was like, football's my life. I love football. I'm one of them who will watch any football.
Do you? Yeah.
Yeah. But it didn't feel like a difficult decision. I remember I was on the golf course and I was announcing it later that day, and I was with my dad, and it was actually harder for my dad, I think, than it was for me.
Jack will know he's fantastic. You just got to look at what Jesse Lingard said about him when he came to West Ham. When Jesse Lingard came to West Ham, they was in the car together, and he tried to pick up his phone and talk on the phone, and Nobe said, "What are you doing, bruv?" At West Ham you talk. It's not about social media. You talk. And that was something that
was he like that even when he weren't captain?
Yeah.
No, he's. I'd go as far as saying he's the best captain that I've had.
What? Mark Noble?
Yeah.
So, who would you better than Cesc?
It's different.
You're looking at like a player.
Yeah.
You're looking like the way you say. You're looking like a player.
No, but
Cesc was probably the best player.
No, but I want influential.
Yeah, mate. Even now, like I'll pick up the phone to Nobes and I'll talk to him, ask for his advice. He's like, honestly, he's like
proper,
like a big brother. Do you know what I mean?
But do you know what I would say? West Ham breed players like that. People that come through the youth team always look after the ones that come beneath them at West Ham. It's like it's ingrained in you to do that. Always.
Yeah. Well, listen, these are some of the quotes. I mean, he says here, you can speak to him about anything, as you just said there, Jack. If I do anything wrong or something wrong in training, he would tell me straight away. It makes me think, wow, he's still on me. He teaches me how to be a good person around the place, how to be with the lads, and if anything needs to be said in the changing room, you've got to say it. I feel like I couldn't have had anyone better to guide me through. Does that sound like the same character?
100% sounds like Nobes. 100%.
And do you think Declan Rice said I can't see him being at West Ham for the entire his career. I think and there's no disrespect to West Ham, I think he needs to go to that next level. But can you see kind of similarities when you look at Declan to Mark Noble?
Well, I think what Nobes gets right is that balance. Like, he's everyone's friend. He'll talk to everyone. I mean, everyone, the staff around the training ground. But like Dex said, when something needs to be said, he'll say it. In training, if you're not doing it right, like you'll be chatting to him before training, thinking your best mates. If you're not on it in training, he's on you. Like, and then you get off training pitch and it's all is forgiven, really. And
Sounds like me, doesn't it, Benny?
No.
What do you mean? Of course it does.
No, it doesn't.
was he on you, Benny?
Do you fair to him? He was on everybody, but I
Yeah.
think because he was the captain at the time, Lee Catmull.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, I think he got on him over there and got on everybody regardless. He didn't really need the armband, which pains me to say. But yeah, he was
As I
like a
said,
captain without the armband.
I said, but that's how he was brought up in West Ham. That's exactly how Jack's explained Nobes. I was like that. It was just in me to be like that. I
Yeah.
think it was the DNA of growing up in West Ham.
Yeah.
Benny, what's the biggest row you had in your career, and one that you thought, I'm actually quite scared of this fella screaming at me?
Oh, I don't think I was scared of anyone screaming at me. But in terms of, I remember getting into a row with Andy Reid.
Right, yeah.
At Charlton, yeah. We played Sheffield United away and he weren't passing the ball.
Right.
He lost it on the pitch. I think it might have been Andy Reid again against Liverpool.
Right.
Had a right tear up on the pitch, just screaming at each other.
Any punches thrown at all? At
Nah,
you?
I never took it that far.
Nah.
Like, once it's on the pitch, fair enough. But once it got off the pitch, come on.
Didn't need to. What about you, Jack?
I've had a few.
Give us the top three.
You know what? The worst one, or the most serious one, was probably Seamus Coleman.
Yeah.
It was pre-season. I think it was in China. It was like 40 degrees in pre-season game, and I'm just winding him up the whole game, and then he just snapped. Lost his head. He started shouting at me like, "You're overrated" and all this.
He's gone for
and
it.
He followed me down the tunnel. Yeah. I ran off.
That's tremendous, that, isn't it?
I can't believe he shouted like overrated.
I know. I was like, "Oh,
That means you've hurt him. That means you've hurt him.